Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Of course, the other day, Super EZA Prime Battle LR TEQ SSJ Goku, that's such a mouthful, dropped. And for a free-to-play unit, and for the first Super EZA free-to-play unit, he's very, very good. Like, very, very good. So, because of how good he is, it's only right, it's only fitting that we actually try him out against some really difficult content. So we've got him in against the pre-magnificent battle beast Gohan. And we're really going to see what he can do. Now, because I am missing a lot of his better 200% leads, we are still on God Goku's 200% lead, which worries me a little bit because he's not as good as he used to be. But I mean, God Goku, both God Gokus, mine and the friend, are going to be floating. But for the most part, we're going to have him on rotation with Beast. There's that 20 million attack stat. Seeing a free-to-play unit do a 20 million attack stat is honestly ridiculous. And there's the additional as well. So that means UI Goku in slot 3 is going to get that 30% attack raise. So he's going to do a bit of extra damage. And the additional gave us an extra 50% attack and defense. And we're starting with double digits, which is always a good sign. But the first phase of Beast is always fairly easy. And the second phase as well is actually also going to be fairly easy for him as well, because we're going to have type advantage, which means we're going to do a ton of damage. He's going to increase everyone else's attack on the 18 keys, so they're going to do even more damage. And if we get the additional, that's even more damage. And then because we're facing superclass units, or superclass enemies, shall I say, Super EZA Prime Battle LR Goku has his attacks effective against all types. Oh, and let's not forget, he's also supplying all superclass allies with key +3 and attack and defense +30%. And considering we have him right next to Beast, I actually want to rotate Goku and Vegeta off, just to kind of... I'm going to leave them here for now. I'm going to leave them here for now, just because Prime Battle LR Goku's better linked with them once they fuse. And with having type advantage, we can kind of just let them chill here on rotation for the time being. It's just mainly the God Gokus. As long as they dodge, we're good. That's why I left the friend one in slot 3, because it is rainbowed. So I'd rather him take the brunt of all of the attacks in slot 3 rather than mine, who's only got like one dupe. Which, funny enough, I actually thought he was 55% in the dupe system for the longest time, but no, he actually has a dupe in him. So as long as they can do that, we're good. We're golden. We're Gucci. We're crispy. Don't know why I went down that route. It's not like I'm talking about wings. Regardless, having that constant support on rotation with Beast means Beast is constantly going to have a buff, an extra key, which I'm completely here for. Because once his entrance animation wears off, which, to be fair, won't be too soon, because we're probably going to fly through this phase. Not only do we have good damage dealers, but a lot of our damage dealers have type advantage. Super EZA Prime Battle LR Goku being one of them. But he's going to have that constant support from Prime Battle LR Goku. So if you do actually decide to run him on main rotation, which so far he's looking more than capable of doing. Even when we tested him out, we used him against Supreme Magnificent Battle SSBE. The original one, not the new one. Or the newer one. So if you run him on rotation, it means you have that constant support for whoever's in slot 1, and then whoever's in slot 3 will benefit from the SA support with the 30% attack, and also his support on top of that. So that means whoever's in slot 3 ends up getting key +3, attack +60%, and defense +30%. And UI Goku, or AGL UI Goku specifically, can definitely be somewhat of a damage dealer. So he's going to benefit massively from that support. And let's not forget either, we're going to combine that support eventually with TEQ UI Goku's domain. So all superclass allies are going to get a buff. Realm of Gods allies are going to get an extra buff. And then not only that, whoever's chilling in slot 3, and also Beast, but slot 3 more so, is going to get that support from his passive. And then the slot 3 unit is going to get the support in the passive and the 18 key SA effect support as well. So we actually have a decent amount of support going around right now. That's cool, you super attack Beast. Have you not learned super attacking Beast at this point is basically pointless? But that's okay. It's cute. It's cute that you thought you were going to do some damage. Now hold this 20 million attack stat and this is actually going to be some damage. Do you know what I mean? Or you could nullify it. Or you could nullify it. That's fine. I mean, he's going to nullify both because they're both beams, but it is what it is. The one important thing is he can survive against this phase against Beast because of the type advantage. And of course, once he super attacks, he gets all the extra stats. But that is a lot of damage we've missed out on just because of the beams, and he ends up nullifying the beam super attacks. Which is annoying, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. We can't really do anything about his super attack style, if you will. But that's fine. That's fine. This actually works out really well for us. I'm not going to fuse them just yet, just because we don't really need to. Especially while they have type advantage and they get to super attack before being hit. So I'm actually going to save that for Beast. Beast himself, where it's going to be a bit more useful. Don't forget, we only have it for 5 turns. Not that we're going to be against Beast for 5 turns. We'll probably do enough damage to kind of quickly go past that. Or quickly end the fight within that time. But just so we have it for the majority of the fight against Beast, I'm going to use it and fuse them for when we get into Beast. It just makes more sense to just have it then. That's when it's more useful rather than now. But considering Goku will lose his type advantage, having that attacks effective against all types is going to be useful against superclass allies because it means he's going to be doing damage regardless. Not that it really matters too much here because he's going to be type neutral, but I do like the fact that he has both. He has attacks effective against all types against superclass enemies, and then the guaranteed crit when against extreme class enemies. Because then it means no matter what content gets put in the game, what content gets updated, whether it's Supreme Magnificent Battle, which seems to be basically Blue Zone, the superclass version of Red Zone, or if they carry on adding Red Zones and doing both, it does mean Goku will be usable and have that added bonus against whoever he fights, and he'll be good in both. So I do like that a lot. Now he's locked Beast. Now, I do have his active, but I don't want to use his active, because if I use his active, then all the attacks are going to go against him, which I don't want. There's only one attack in slot 2, which I want Super EZA Prime Battle LR Goku to be hit by. Annoyingly, I can't get God Goku his key that he needs. But we're just going to have to hope for the best. Cool, you super attack him. That is completely fine. That's exactly what I wanted you to super attack. And as always, you super attack in slot 2. 21 million attacks. That's we're doing a bit more damage. And then we've crit for 12 milli, followed by an additional. That's big damage. Big damage against one of the stronger enemies in the entire game. We got the triple. I've changed his dupe system, by the way. And give him some skill orbs. And then off of that, double digits. Double digits are one of the hardest hitting enemies in the entire game. Now, Global may not have Go Freezer just yet. There's still a few things we actually don't have in the game, even though we are officially synced up. Cool. Can you do that again? No, but I'll take it, I guess. I mean, we can get the revival, so that's good. Actually, we might not even need the revival, because we can just pop the domain. So now this is where Superclass units, but more so Realm of Gods units, are not only buffed to Kingdom Come, but then whoever's in slot 3 with Prime Battle LR Goku is also going to benefit from his support as well. So we got that attack, or not attack, we got that defense kind of stacking for whoever's chilling in slot 3. Which is actually the friend god Goku, so he's actually going to get a ton of support next rotation. And TEQ UI is untouchable in slot 1 because he's got his guaranteed dodge, so we get to save the Sensu Bean. But the fact that Super EZA Prime Battle LR Goku can tank one of the strongest enemies in the game for double digits shows how good this Super EZA is. Like, I know it's a Super EZA, like this is a free-to-play unit that's been out for years, got an EZA and also now a Super EZA. But it's a free-to-play unit. They don't have to make free-to-play units ridiculously good and overly competable in the hardest content in the game. They don't have to, because it's a free-to-play unit. You don't expect them to be that good. This is why you summon for units, because they're premium. They are meant to be good in the most difficult content in the game. We're watching a free-to-play unit that has been out since 2016, gotten an EZA, now gotten a Super EZA, that you can still go and farm for free from SA20 to SA25, and you EZA him, rainbow him out, even change his potential system like I did by farming more copies, and then Super EZA him all for free just by playing the game. And he is competable in one of the hardest pieces of content in Dokkan. You don't find that a lot too much nowadays. Yes, we saw it recently with EZA LR Prime Battle Broly, but he's one of the only free-to-play units that's actually competable in difficult content, and that is one of the strongest teams in the game. And even then, he could be caught on the odd occasion, especially when he loses his damage reduction. Goku's just mainly doing this with sheer stats. I mean, he does also have a 70% chance to guard, but he's also doing this with primarily just sheer stats. Now, we're popping this, which means we only get one turn of Goku linked up with Gogeta. No super attack. Damn. I mean, regardless of who goes in slot 1, I think Beast dies no matter what. Like, it's just gonna happen. Beast Gohan dies no matter what. Whoever goes in slot 1. Which, I actually kind of wish he was super attacking us in slot 1, because then it means Beast wouldn't be able to super attack. Or if I put Gogeta there, it means he wouldn't be able to super attack either. But it is what it is. I mean, I would have liked to have seen Goku tank a super. But then I've already said, I know for a full fact, if he doesn't guard against some of the stronger enemies in the game, he will more than likely get you killed, because those sheer stats will only gonna get you so far. So if he doesn't guard, a super attack from probably Beast, eventually Go Freezer when they're added to Global, and then any of the other future difficult content we get, he'll die. But regardless, I'm really impressed. For a free-to-play unit to be that competable and that competitive in some of the hardest content in the game is really impressive. So, you know, if you're a free-to-play player, maybe even if you're a newer player, you have a go-to unit here that isn't foolproof, but as I said, is competable in some of the most difficult content in the game. As I said, there's just that big asterisk of if he doesn't guard, which there is a percentage chance he doesn't, then if he gets super attacked by some of the hardest enemies in the game with 2.5 million plus super attacks, probably even less than that, he will get you killed. Which is why I wish he had something extra to go with that, like a 30% chance to dodge. It's why he's got 10 dodge in his potential system now. Just to give him that bit extra. He did actually pull it off during that run as well, which is quite handy. But it does mean he'll easily get you killed. But for a free-to-play unit to be this competitive in difficult content, I like it a lot. And then if he does guard, you're kind of chilling. And then to see a free-to-play unit do that much damage, pull out like 20 million, 21 million attack stats while supplying support, having built-in crits against extreme class enemies, attacks are effective against all types against super class enemies, having support on his 18 key super, it actually makes him very useful. Like very, very useful. And actually like a very good option to put on a team. And again, he's a free-to-play unit, which means you can just go get him whenever you want. The only thing that goes against him is Super Saiyans is a very stat category, which is his best place to put him. Outside of that, his next best place is probably Bond of Parent and Child, and his categories kind of dip off a little bit. Or at least his 200% leads does. You know, you could have him in a 170 pure Saiyan lead, something like that. But for the most part, outside of maybe a lack of teams and kind of like an overfilled pool of teams that he can go on, he's very, very good. Very, very good. And I mean, you've seen that just now. But you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.